It's Friday night. The gym's packed. You've got one shot to prove yourself. Your heart's pounding, but not from the game, from the pressure. What if you miss? What if you let the team down? That feeling, the tight chest, racing mind, shaky hands, it's something most athletes know pretty well. What happens when those moments don't go away after the buzzer? I'm Joel Bauckham, and this is Breaking the Silence, Mental Health in Sports, a podcast made for high school athletes trying to balance the game they love with the pressure that comes with it. We talk about mental toughness like it's a badge of honor. Coaches say push through it. Teammates say don't show weakness. But new research says that mindset can actually hurt athletes in the long run. A 2020 study from the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that competitive athletes are twice as likely to experience symptoms of anxiety and depression as non-athletes. Think about that. Twice as likely. Why is that? It's because most athletes are trained to hide pain, to stay silent. And in high school sports, where you're fighting for scholarships, recognition, or even a spot on the varsity team, that pressure only builds more. Let's break this down. When we talk about mental health in sports, we're not just talking about us feeling sad or stressed. Researchers like Dr. Claudia Reardon and her team describe it as a spectrum, from performance anxiety to serious conditions like depression or burnout. In their report for the International Olympic Committee, they found that about 1 in 3 elite athletes will face significant mental health challenges during his or her career. And here's the part that really matters for you. Those patterns start early and oftentimes in high school. The study shows that the most common triggers are injury, performance pressure, and the fear of failure. Does that sound familiar? To put a face to it, let's talk about someone like Liam, a fictional example, but one that represents so many young athletes. Liam's a 17-year-old point guard with college scouts watching him every day. He's averaging 18 points a game, but lately, he hasn't been able to sleep. He's anxious all day, worrying about missing shots or losing minutes. His coach calls him and says, "Lock in." His parents say he's focused, but inside he's breaking down. That's what psychologists call invisible injuries. You can't tape them up, but they affect everything: focus, confidence, and even physical performance. Dr. Reardon's research shows that team's culture make a big difference. Athletes who have access to support systems, like open conversation with coaches, check-ins with school counselors or peer mentors, report better performance and longer careers. But when silence becomes the norm, the results are dangerous. The data shows higher rates of burnout, substance misuse, and early dropout from sports among teens who suppress emotional stress. It's not just a mental issue, it's a performance issue. Your mind is part of your game plan. The good news? Things are changing. Over the last few years, professional athletes have started leading the conversation. For example, NBA star Kevin Love wrote publicly about his panic attacks mid-game. An Olympic swimmer and legend, Michael Phelps, talked about his depression after retiring. And also for you ladies, the gymnast Simone Biles made global headlines when she chose her mental health over competition. When these athletes speak out, it sends a powerful message. If they can talk about it, so can you. But change starts closer to home. Here's what the experts suggest for you, the high school athlete balancing everything at once. Number 1, talk early, not after just a breakdown. Whether it's to a coach, teammate, a counselor, saying something small early can stop a bigger problem down the road. Number 2, prioritize your rest. Sleep and recovery aren't laziness, they're science. Studies show that athletes who sleep at least 8 hours perform up to 30% better in reaction-based drills. Number 3, watch your self-talk. Same drive that fuels your training can turn into a self-criticism if you're not careful. Replace "I can't mess up" with "I'm ready for this." And number 4, be the teammate who listens. You never know who's quietly struggling. Sometimes the strongest players are the ones who ask, "You good?" These aren't just wellness tips, they're performance tools. Because mental strength doesn't come from ignoring pain. It comes from acknowledging it and working through it. So let's redefine what mental toughness really means. It's not silence. It's not pretending you're fine. It's the courage to face pressure, fear, and failure head on, and know when to ask for help. The IOC research I mentioned earlier closes with a simple but powerful statement, and I quote, "Athletes who care for their mental health perform better, live healthier lives, and inspire stronger teams." That's the message every athlete should hear, from the locker room to the pros. So if you remember just one thing from this episode, let it be this. Mental health and performance aren't enemies, they're teammates. You train your body every day, you train your mind too. Check in with yourself, look out for each other, and never, ever mistake asking for help as a sign of weakness. Because real strength doesn't come from silence, it comes from speaking up. This has been Breaking the Silence, Mental Health in Sports. I'm Joel Bauckham, thanks for listening. Stay strong, stay balanced, and remember, your mind is the most important muscle. Thank you.